thank you for joining me today. How are you doing in this COVID-19 quarantine?
Doing fine as frog here, I am.
That's awesome. Can you tell everybody what you do for a living for your job?
Well, at my Walmart, I help push carts and do a lot of other stuff like item returns, sweeping cigarette butts off the sidewalk, and recently I also helped sanitize the carts.
That's very important lately, especially in this day and age. Well,
Mhm.
you're also an artist. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I'm in the making of fiber-related products. I help weave alpaca scarves and hats and baby blankets and shawls.
How long does one of them take you to do?
A scarf usually takes about a day and a half at the absolute least.
Okay.
A hat takes about around 30 minutes.
Wow, that's fast. That's really fast. And where do
Mhm.
you sell your items?
Well, I sell them through my family's alpaca business, Take Two Alpacas.
Okay, so if anybody's looking for scarves, they can Google that website, correct?
Hmm.
So, how has your job changed since um, COVID-19 came about? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, my family's got me wearing 2 layers of gloves. Mm,
Okay, two
They've
layers
got
of
me wearing latex gloves and my cold weather grips.
okay. Are you still currently working for Walmart?
Oh yes, I've been working there for almost 5 years now.
Yeah, but during the virus, have you been laid off or are you still working?
Oh, oh no, I'm still working.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad to hear
I
that.
gotta, I gotta provide these customers clean cards for them to get the supplies they need.
Yeah, that is definitely true. How has your job changed since we entered the quarantine? Has it changed at all other than wearing the two layers of gloves?
Well, beyond that, not much, except now they got sanitation stuff for the cards.
So you have to clean them every time you collect them? Is that what you do?
Correct.
That's important. And I noticed the other day at our local Walmart, they were asking the customers to clean them too. So how
Oh
long
yeah.
you've been there for 5 years? Has your job changed and grown in those 5 years?
Well, now that I think about it, not that much, but I'm always. But that's probably because uh, pushing carts is a very important job at Walmart. At least
Yeah,
that's what my supervisors say.
it is a very important job because if people leave them all over the parking lot, you have to collect them. Do you mind sharing with everybody what your disability is?
Of course, my disability is high functioning autism. I
Okay.
seem to, it gives me a bit of a different view of the world, and I have a bit of a hard time figuring some stuff out.
Who is mostly your support system when you have trouble figuring things out?
My support system?
Yeah. Who helps you?
Well, usually my parents help me. If at Walmart there's something I don't quite understand, I'm sure I could ask a supervisor or a coworker.
And one thing I wanted to ask you, Dylan, if somebody who happened to be on the autism spectrum was getting ready to leave high school and get a job, what is some advice that you would give them?
Always be dedicated to the task at hand. Never leave it half finished.
Awesome. That's awesome advice. It's important for every job. Do you have to ask for something called accommodations at your job because you have autism, or you do everything everybody else does?
Well, I'm pretty sure I do. do everything everyone else does.
Okay. Okay. Is there any other advice you'd like to give other young people with disabilities? I know you always
Never,
good advice.
never be afraid to be someone you are comfortable with.
Be yourself, right, Dylan?
Correct.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. I appreciate it, and I hope to connect with you soon. Teens
Glad to
Taking Flight,
be on here.
yeah, Teens Taking Flight wouldn't have been the same without you. You were one of the founding members, and I'm so glad that you've stayed involved over the years.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Dylan. Have a good day.
You too.